someone to choose me. I've been waiting so long.
Join with me.
What are you talking about?
It's not important. I understand now.
Well, I don't understand it at all.
The girl. She's been waiting too. For the person that you live with.
Am I using it wrong? Okay, I don't know why it's not working. Oh, these are the boxes. You be careful, these boxes are bad. Let's not get ourselves killed. Ghost dropped something when it disappeared. An old metal plate key. Really, game? It goes to that door, the one you just tried, the one you had right before you used it. I know, game. My display key has been used. Your location.
It's the failed house.
Oh, I was like, where's Rua going?
Let's go in.
Maybe we should dry off first. I'll do some research afterwards on why his camera's not working. I actually saw the hand then. Didn't let it go, but I saw the hand. Oh yeah, I can't die, can I? Because I'm like carrying so much water and mirrors and whatnot. No. I need to know why his camera's not working. Give me a second. What's it called? Cut all this bit out. Oh yeah, I want to know what psychic lens does as well. Right, I think I was using the wrong button. That's not the button I wanted to press. What button is it then? Where would the square button be? No. Is that a feature then? You can take. How do I do the 4 button? Oh, there we go. I got it to work. I got to press the X button. Okay. Sorry about that, Rui. I was just thinking out the camera. Yeah, I've got to press the X instead of trigger. I think that's the thing from the previous game, and it's the thing I always forget. It's Keiji Watari. Folklorist studying Mount Okami. His father was English, mother Japanese. He moved to Japan to learn more about the folklore. He moved to Mount Okami to study the history. What had become of him was still unknown. Finding was never widely published, but they can found, if you know where to look, this house is now known as the Veiled House, which it itself has become a part of the folklore surrounding the mountain. Oh.
Ren, you're too late. I'm already.
Oh, then whose phone?
Kazuya?
It was the wrong number.
Really? Is that him? This is just like that picture you were looking at.
Kazuya.
It's a photo of a bride. Same pictures from the photo album. Kazuya come here because of it too? Fuck. Why did I turn it? There's a shiny thing in there as well. Just gonna stop from far away. Swear. It's the notes. This is a peculiar custom in this country. It varies from region to region, but root is the same. It's mysterious, yet somehow beautiful. In order to understand it, I travelled across the country before settling on this mountain. The beauty of the morning dew, the palpable heartbreak of the sun setting behind the mountain, the grave, solemn night that envelops it. On the mountain, the water itself is revered. But why? Try to understand this. I've made the mountain my home. Household altar's been enshrined to the top of the wall. The wood in this room is blackened, gives off an odd smell. Yeah, that would be, damp. pretty bad. Go on then, if you think you're hard enough. You leave Rory alone. Oh, I missed the thing. Just gonna start as far away as possible from it. That's a it's lovely. Oh, hang on. Memorial tablets and a Buddha statue on an altar. It's been transfixed. This, yeah, actually is out of range for once. Post-mortem photography made its way over from the west along the spread of the camera. When photography was still rare, images of the deceased helped the surviving family members deal with the grief. Post-mortem photographs that still exist in Japan used the same methodology as the Western counterparts, but significance seem to differ. Those taken here, the Mount Kami region especially, seem to embody a certain melancholic beauty. I believe the photos were a work of a scientist named Kunihiko Aso, who I've heard of you, having researched the photos from other areas as well. It seems he was the only one behind many of them. His surviving records indicate determination to use photography to capture the soul. Seeing the strange and captivating photographs, I've come to believe that he had some degree of success in doing so. An old friend of mine used to call cameras lonely boxes. I'm not sure what... it's the title of the episode, isn't it? I'm not sure if he meant that the subject appears trapped alone in the dark box when viewed... because it's the boxes, it's what the boxes... Okay. When viewed through the viewfinder, or that looking through the viewfinder meant peering out through the dark all alone. At any rate, in a word, I find those words have a certain resonance. Oh yeah, I also looked up what the lens does that I bought like at the start of the game. It hang on, just need to click off screen quickly. It adds ghosts from the first game in like one of the modes. The waters of the mountain are beautiful. A large volume of water flows from a lake.
Waiting until it's too late. Even if I risk ruin.
The lake of the... Okay, the waters of the mountain are beautiful. A large volume of the water flows from a lake at the summit, becoming rivers and waterfalls and enveloping the mountain in mist. Water covers everything. It is the source of the mountain's beauty as well as the sense of mystery. According to the local tradition, Mount Kami is where one could die a proper death. It has long been considered a spiritual spot and the subject of much worship, making it a righteous decision for those seeking death. The Mount Hakami sect taught that upon dying, people return to water. Here on the mountain, water is considered the source of the soul. A person's soul is said to return to the water upon death, rather than moving on to an afterlife. Those ready for death would gather at the mountain and return their lives to the water. Water connects everything. Take a look at this scenery. I can understand how it become a spiritual place, a place fit for passing from this world. I'm glad I came here. The What? The people on this mountain have a yearning for death. That is to say, they have a yearning for water and yearning for nature. Life and death are both connected to water. Ooh, cassette. Okay, let's do the cassette now.
The Shrine Maidens use the water as a conduit between the living and the dead. Those who come to the mountain are transfixed by death.
Mountain.
To die is to return to the water. Water is connected to everything. The Shrine Maidens glance into the souls of the dying, taking on their final memories. Then, the Shrine Maidens become the pillars, and those memories are submerged in the water. If water really is connected to everything, then this mountain, overflowing with water, must also be overflowing with death.
He's lost in thought. And he's lost in music. Notebook on the desk has no dust on it, as if someone was just writing in it. It is said human sacrifice was once practiced throughout this region. Rather than returning people to the water upon death, the ritual involved placing so-called pillars in special reliquaries, sending them to the water while still alive. It was the role of the Shrine Maidens to become such pillars. They would take on the memories of the dying and thereafter return to the water themselves. In doing so, it was believed that the subjects would continue living on as pillars. In Japan, there was one sect of Buddhist monks who would inter themselves. What does that mean? Inter themselves in boxes buried underground for the sake of enlightenment. These monks were said to show themselves that they were still alive by ringing bells and chanting. Their practice may be related, but what did the maidens who became pillars fear or hope to appease? There are various teachings in Japan about where the afterlife, also known as the netherworld, or the hereafter, is located. Is that true? The netherworld. I've heard it in lots of anime and stuff. Wikipedia. Netherworld. Film. No. World of the Dead. Etymology. I mean, obviously it's not a Japanese word, but... Nether. I mean, Nether is Middle English. From neither, Old English, cognate with Dutch. And that makes sense. Oh yeah, where did we get the word? Okay, Netherworld, the place beneath the earth. Norse. Well, they do like their Norse, don't they? Okay. Yeah, because that's where we get the word world from as well. It's more complex than that. I'm not reading out an entire article. Okay. And Chaucer so it uses the word nether. Okay. Wonder what that says in Japanese. Some teachings say it is above the mountains or across the sea, while others claim it lies underground, within the very earth itself. Here on the mountain, it is said to lie within the water, implying a close link between water and death. The pillars, because there's loads of words for afterlife, it's just curious that they chose those ones. The pillars within the reliquaries would be in the place close to death, but go on living. Perhaps it was special reliquaries that allowed them to evade death and continue living, frozen in time. It's thought that perpetuating these pillars allowed those close to death to live longer lives. In a sense, it was believed that proximity, welcome to the proximity to death, to help develop a resistance to it. And there's a cassette tape.
Ren.
The Shrine Maidens were sacrificed as pillars. But to what purpose? Pillars from the shrines of other mountains, too, were routinely brought in as part of this custom. But through sacrifice, what did they aim to appease? The people of this region used to practice human sacrifice. Those who had died but were revived were considered strong pillars. Being touched by death must make for a stronger pillar.
Well, that's interesting. You can't climb up it, you have to look. Hello? Oh look, a piece of paper and a ghost. We have that camera, so we should be fine. The ghost left a notebook behind when it disappeared. Mount Hikami seems to be both revered and feared as a mountain of death, where only those prepared to die may enter, and those visited were never allowed to leave. Well, shit, we just keep visiting it. Visitors to the mountain had to pass through the shrine grove at the foot of the mountain. The shrine maidens kept strict watch and allowing only the qualified, that is, dying, to enter. Today, the shrine at this grove has been rebuilt as an inn, whose innkeeper kindly let me borrow records of the time period. The records from the shrine's final year list one individual who's able to leave the mountain alive, Kunihiko Eso. After taking his post-mortem photographs, it seemed he was invited to the mountain to photograph the maidens. I've heard research into the hereafter allowed him... I like that word, hereafter, to develop a special camera. If I could see these photos of the Shrine Maidens taken with a special camera, I'm certain I could come closer to unraveling the mysteries of Mount Hikami. When invited to the mountain, it is said he was allowed to a house, visited only by a select few individuals. If I were invited to the mountain, would I be able to reach this place too? I truly wish I could. Dr. So somehow connected to this. Mist is pouring into the room. Not a good sign. I should get out of here. Let's head down the mountain. Yeah, you see, mist is like really common as well in Japanese games. In fact, 9, Demon Souls. There was an old. Well, there's two. Old notebook, long stack of books. I saw a silhouette of a shrine maiden from within the mist that envelops the mountain. With great care, she made her way slowly up the mountain. Something about her seemed somehow unnatural. I've been told there are no more shrine maidens on the mountain now. Long ago, many maidens were murdered here. Perhaps they returned to the water. Would that then imply they are trapped within the mist? Can't go there. You must gather your party before venturing forth. No. The camera, then. I like those noises. Oh, just gonna have a little stretch. I've been in that box.
I made it. At last. She's waiting for me inside this house. I must hurry.
You came for me. Will you end yourself with me? After all this time.
Oh, and some notes. Do you think they'll add fire to the next game? On the way to the summit, I found a photo on a small path lined with spider lilies. The path seemed to head into the forest, but it's become overgrown and is unpassable. Could it lead to that mansion? Only the invited can find. It's different from the other post-mortem photographs. I can only describe it as being beautiful. It had a beauty and sadness unlike others I'd seen. Was she alive? As soon as I thought how beautiful she was, I was bound. I heard whispers of love from the photograph. They were words of a curse. Love after death. I must go to that place. My heart has been captivated. Oh, and a tape.
There is a ceremony to bind doomed men with the Shrine Maidens, to keep them secure once they have become pillars. Ghost marriage.
Ghost marriage.
A man's fate is sealed once he recognizes a Shrine Maiden's beauty. Whispers of love come from the photographs. They are a curse. The The words are a curse. And yet, my heart is drawn to one word they utter. Suicide.
I was trying to think of a funny word that could have been, but it's quite late. Margarine. There we go. Oh, that's wrong direction. Oh yeah. Oh, come on. I think this is new. It's all new, John. It's the Maiden's lair. He slays the Maidens. Yeah, I didn't know I got sounds and stuff. Is that new? Other side, John. Nope, that's upstairs again. Tall woman. She's a tall woman. What of a shame I wasn't in portrait mode. away. Oh yeah, I see. Damn it. We're soggy again. Oh, it's gone. Hence the veil. Oh, we're not done yet.
Was that the folklorist?
I guess so.
Just what is going on in this?
Spooky ghosts are going on with this
I'm
mountain.
not sure.
Is Mr. Sakaki here on the mountain too?
Who's Sakaki?
Just like the folklorist.
Enough.
This is where the trains... Just gonna end the sentence there. This is where the trains... Ren and Rui set out to find the folklorist's house, relying on the clues from the video recording. As they passed through the Shrine of Dolls, a white-haired girl from Ren's dream appeared. She asked them why she didn't bring her a token, then vanished. Ren and Rui arrived at the Veiled House, where they discovered several of Keiji Watari's writings on the customs and beliefs surrounding Mount Hikame. They escaped the house, only to see it vanish in a thick veil of mist. There we go. We are done. Right. Who? You're going to be Yuri? Yes, it's only the prologue that we've seen Miu. And we get to see the punk ensemble. What's this? Oh, hang on, we can zoom into her face. That doesn't really help. I'm trying to... Now we have a ring on. I don't know what difference that makes, but she has ring. But yeah. Look forward to that next time. I've been the John Struct. I'm gonna let you go, I think. I've been having a Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water adventure. Thank you very much for watching this. I should probably change that background. It's probably inaccurate now. I think that's the 4th game. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Farewell. I'm gonna do the usual thing. There we go. Just disappear.